Yeah, there we go. All right, assuming I can get my mic to work, we are going to be continuing Penumbra Black Plague, picking up where we left off last night. Um, doesn't always start, or it captures my mouse, so I can't get the stream going correctly. I have to launch the game from my desktop. But so we'll just be continuing where we left off last night. We had just gotten into a room with a load quite a bit of background information and lore. Ooh, that's a little loud. There we go. I think that's about where I normally play at. But yeah, we had just gotten into this guy. So our operations, water cave. This was a picture from or a location from the first game. This one, however, was new to this, or this one is a new location. So, temple operation, primary excavation, the Turngate tomb, project lifespan March 3rd, 2000 to present, chief overseer Wilbur Frisk, previous nature excavation, current nature xeno research. Background. The primary excavation site is the central pursuit of the archaic at Shelter, Greenland. The site lies beneath the shelter facility and as of 2000 has been underway for almost 25 years. On March 3, 2000, a tomb was discovered. Current purpose, understand the tomb and its contents. Findings. The bulk of work is the responsibility of the language team, i.e. Chief Translator Howard Lefresque. His findings so far are as follows. The tomb was the home of some form of ancient organism. The organism may have been quarantined. The term Turngate is derived from Inuit legend concerning evil spirits. Lefresque recommends immediate suspension of primary excavation operation. Expenses. Man-weeks approximately 27,396. Materials approximately 53 million. Scheduled operations as of April 27th, 2000. Tomb investigation May 1st, 2000. A team will unseal the tomb for standard series probe tests. Operation opposed by Howard Lefresque. Opposition overruled by Wilbur Frisk and scheduled for May 1st, 2000. Final status is open. The water cave. Secondary excavation Site B, also known as Water Cave. Project lifespan December 5th, 1990 to February 20th, 1992. Elevated cast signatory Elof Carpenter. Nature excavation. Purpose to locate and retrieve xeno evidence and artifacts in support of main site activity. Personnel elevated cast 0. Project not deemed critical enough for elevated presence. Chief attending chemist Troy Retnesk. Replaced September 12th, 1991 with Neil Oswald. Inexcusable conduct. Findings. December 8th, 1991. Substance 63, confirmed as the primary material used in construction of the Persona TARDIS artifacts and the first new non-periodic table substance to be discovered by the Archaic for 18 months. January 6th, 1992, Artifact 66B. Another artifact discovered and effects cataloged. Research teams continue to flail at a purpose for these mechanisms. All systems manifested by research teams in contact with the artifacts conform to our initial hypothesis regarding their nature. Expenses, man-weeks 519, materials 12,192, medical 39,000, casualties, industrial accidents 3, below archaic acceptable max, exhaustion 13, fatalities 2. Additional notes. Report filed concerning a potential saboteur following multiple mechanical losses and thefts, particularly of radio equipment. Theory. Dehydration as a cause of exhaustion leading to misconduct debunked. Theory. Missing miner Tom Redwood still within mining facility. Open. Final status closed. Hostile local fauna levels uneconomic. And Greenland site. Shelter Research Station, Greenland. Project lifespan April 1st, 1973 to present. Report filed by Founding Overseer Bren Stafferson. Report updated by Chief Overseer Wilbur Frisk. Nature, excavation and research facility. Background. In January 1973, the archaic Central Cast becomes aware of a large-scale industrial accident at a remote mining complex at northwest Greenland. The accident coincides with local reports dated over a period of decades concerning abnormal animal behaviors and growth, high suicide rates, and unusual events within the mine itself. These reports centralize over the precise location of the mine collapse, itself reportedly caused by a crazed miner. Xeno activity is suspected and a full investigation sanctioned. Purpose to locate and retrieve Xeno evidence and artifacts. Initial personnel, elevated cast 7, chief staff 5, lower cast 51, temporary 25, total population 88. After 2 years of construction, the shelter is now practically self-sufficient, eliminating many issues surrounding archaic privacy concerns. Concerns threatened during the construction phase by the much increased sea freight required. Shelter operates with a skeleton crew of research staff supported by a small crew of maintenance and general care personnel. An elevated cast presence of reasonable magnitude is warranted by the potential value of any discoveries. Unskilled labor and resource management is outsourced to discreet local villagers. Plans to adapt more than a fraction of the old mining complex to archaic needs have been abandoned, and work is now commencing on the excavation site immediately below the facility and within half a mile of the 1973 explosion site. Security level, highest priority. According to standard procedure, all documentation concerning the facility was destroyed upon construction. All those that know of the facility's existence either work within the facility or of no great concern. The facility can sustain itself with only minor reliance on local settlements. Facility, for all intents and purposes, does not exist. This presents only minor practical annoyances. Findings: substances 53, 63, and 70 to 73. Persona TARDIS artifacts 27, now believed to be somehow related to the contents of the recently discovered tomb. Finus Specialis artifacts 10, of little real value to the archaic, but for some reason of great collectible value to the lower caste. Turngate tomb. Expenses classified, final status operational. Basically with these 5, the 2 pictures plus these 3 here, pretty much just summarize the first game, bring you up to speed where you're at. International work. Other research sites. That's concerning. File was corrupt, could not open. Door lock controller. Is 3061. Door is now unlocked. Alright. I've really been needing that door lock controller because that leads out into the next area I need to get to. I may never get used to that. Seems like every time I do something, stuff changes. So this right here, 3061, is the door I just unlocked. So I need to get down to infirmary. I think that's what it was to do. Yeah, 3061, this is the door I just unlocked. And I've got a hand. I just need to get a somebody's eye for the iris scanner. Whether it's attached to them or not, apparently it is not of a concern. I ended up stealing a dead guy's hand, so. Yep, there we go. This light was red. Alright, infirmary. Heavy crate packed with all sorts of junk. I hear a chirping of like a computer console or something. Jotted down a note just in case. The door to a cryo chamber and infirmary is locked. Probably for good reason. Sturdy medical cabinet. It's locked. It looks like there are some interesting things in there. A couple things of painkillers. Painkillers are always nice. They serve as first aid kits. Notes. Cryostasis usage policy. The cryostasis facility is a state-of-the-art installation allowing for cryogenic freezing of severely injured personnel who may be resuscitated at a later date. During freezing, users may or may not experience mild hallucination, to be confirmed when first user is successfully revived from stasis. Fair usage policy. The following scenarios are considered acceptable cause for use of the cryo facility. Any overseer or elevated cast member is critically ill or injured. Any lower cast member of the archaic holding vital information is critically ill or injured. Any patients infected with a non-Terra virus or bacteria, provided they have first been deemed non-contagious. Any injured personnel with the following incurable ailments should enter stasis for later medical research: cardiomyopathy, glaucoma, polio, diabetes, or halitosis. Any elevated cast member deemed clinically dead should enter stasis for ceremonial purposes. Maintenance period for deceased users to be increased pending research benefits at Greenland site, making revival a potential solution. So, resurrection apparently. Access. Access is strictly forbidden to all non-medical personnel. At this time, the Archaic is unable to staff the facility 24 hours. As a result, heart rate sensitive wristbands have been issued to high priority, high risk personnel. Keep these wristbands with you at all times. They allow automated access to the facility. In the event that the wearer's heart rate indicates high probability of approaching death. Postscript. Lower caste personnel are entitled to an opt-in, opt-out scheme whereby they may choose to sign a consent form where, in the event of critical injury, they will be submitted to at least partial cryostasis. So somebody's got a wristband. That's what I need to find. Because the wristband will read somebody as dead. Wristband will let me into the security, will open the security lock. Or at least that is my thinking here. Screen reads non-human sample, insert new sample, and try again. Subject critically ill, please contact medical staff. Subject is dead. Oh, there's a wristband. So, that was easier than expected. It's a toilet, yeah. It's a flare. Nothing in or on this. So I've learned during the last couple sessions, things are not just stored, but they're now starting to hide stuff behind them in the second game, which is a bit of a change from the first. So requires a little bit more, yeah, like this. I wonder how many of these things I've missed. Strange artifact. It's the third one I've picked up. Based on the notes on the computer that we were just reading, I'm guessing that they're the 10 artifacts that are of collectible value to the quote-unquote lower caste. Incoming video chat.
Christ, you look worse than the last time I saw you. Though maybe you're just at a higher resolution. Oh, damn it. Note to self, never insult your last hope of survival. I just wanted to give you a word of advice. Those creepy artifacts, we don't know how they work. Or even what they do, I suppose. I saw someone get too close to one once. You probably don't want to know. I'm sure you'll be fine. Probably. I hope. By the way, if you happen to find yourself in my neck of the woods, I'm kind of trapped. It's no big deal, really. Just throwing it out there.
Oh no, that's hardly true. They're really completely harmless. Go on, it's just like wrapping yourself up in a warm blanket.
Patient report number 1. File was corrupt, could not open. Chemical tests. Standard series chemical tests. Subject primate, chimpanzee. Chemical temazepam. Result as expected. The subject displays symptoms of relaxation and lethargy. Chemical lysergic acid diethylamide. Geez, these names. Result, much akin to previous work with felines, the chimpanzee shows no ability to cope with the chemical stimulants. Chemical viscae somnus. Result, following injection, the subject's heart rate slows to such a rate that, for all intents and purposes, it appears dead. In truth, heart rate has dropped to incredibly a safe level, and the subject recovers soon after. Chemical tetrahydrocannabinol. Result, this chemical is held to be entirely safe in moderation and produces a relaxation effect in the subject. It remains to be seen whether long-term exposure leads to mental health risks. This primate is worn out. Please consider this an official request order for further test subjects from the mainland. Copied contents into my notebook. So I'm going to need to... Last game I was playing with explosives. This, whoops, wrong button. This time I'm playing with a lot of drugs. To-do list, door to a cryo chamber, I got that. Door to leading to the infirmary. Alright.
Your mind space is muddled as a lime. See here, A is for alliteration. B is for bohemian. C is for carcinogenic. So many long words taking up space in my new home. Here, let me do a little spring cleaning. There. You didn't need the periodic table, did you?
It's like I'm safe when I'm inside them, like I've got nothing to lose, but Clarence, he's not in there with me. Discovered that the easiest way to get into stuff around here is to break it. So, yeah. So right now it's locked. There's some painkiller. I might need that. I don't know. Emergency wristband is on. Let's see, it says cryo chamber, but it's not letting me. Oh, because it's connected. I need. That was the note to it. Those notes about the drug that slowed the heartbeat to a presumably dead but actually alive rate. As I'll probably end up needing to take some of that to fool the sensor that I'm dying or near death. And there we go. That was easy. Bottle of Viscae Somnus, which I think was chemical test. Viscae Somnus. Yeah, heart rate has dropped to incredibly a safe level, and the subject was recovered soon thereafter. I need probably. Oh, no, okay. Fill the syringe with the substance from the chemical jar. I stabbed myself with it. There we go. Come on.
Damn it! For a moment there, I really thought that might have been curtains.
There we go. It's a small cryo chamber. Meter reads minus 200 degrees Celsius. That's cold even for this place. Cryogenic freezer. I wonder if there's anything in there. Maybe I'm better off not knowing. Yeah, but guess what? We're about to find out. More batteries. Nothing. Oh. That is a head. So I found my eyeball. I just gotta figure out how to extract it. Oh. Literally gonna. Oh, there we go. Head. I'm gonna go save it again. May never get used to that. See, library.
How peculiar. I could have sworn we remembered there being a door here before. How queer. What's in that direction? Oh, silly old me. I haven't got any hands to point with, have I? No, not that way. You sure you know where we're going? Didn't we pass the door just back there? You see? You silly Billy. It was here all along. Would you like Uncle Clarence to take the steering wheel for a while? You should see your face. This is actually gonna be fun. Perhaps I won't get you killed after all.
Alright, I'm gonna have to pause for a quick minute. Better Half's dog is demanding to be fed a little bit early, but so bear with just one moment here. Well, a few moments. Alright, doggy has been taken care of, and we're gonna get back to puzzle solving and trying not to get eaten by zombies. Back to game. So, Clarence, the little voice in our head that's playing around with our sensory. Yeah, it's we've been infected by the virus, and it's just not a good situation. Right. My scanner taken care of. Palm print. I've picked up some baggage on the way, but finally I was close to my goal. I was sure answers lay behind that door. They were answers I should have set out to find when I received my father's letter in 2000. Why did I wait a whole year to come here? Whoa. Physics and math. Another save point. The turn gate. These belong to them. I feel less here. I'm slipping. Just 1 second. Left the doggy gate open. Alright, let's try that again. Oh, there we go. I was just gonna say the only one. De Vermis Mysterious. They really got a bunch of strange books here. Can I read all the titles, or just... I can read some of them depending on where I put my cursor. Copy of the Necronomicon. Oddly enough, it's a whole section of detective novels. Cryogenics for dummies. That makes one think... That makes one thing make more sense down here. At the Mountains of Madness. For some reason, it seems slightly familiar. Mountains of Madness is a Cthulhu story, as I recall. So, H.P. Lovecraft. I think that's everything. There's a strange locking mechanism keeping the door shut. There must be some way to open it. Where's this locking mechanism, though? Let's check our notes. Library, there's a locked door leading further into the base. Oh, letter. You know, with some odd scribbling on it.
Hey,
I can't read it.
I can read this. Guess your old buddy Clarence comes through for you again, eh, monkey? Do you want to know what it says? Do ya? Do ya? I'll bet you do. I say, can you feel a draft?
Why would there be pencils in the door? Well, pencils in the door makes sense, but not for this game.
You don't take the hint, do you? Why don't you set that investigative brain of yours to on for a change? How about a good read?
Only thing I can think of that might have a draft would be Mountains of Madness, because I think that's set in the Arctic.
For all the crappy, cliche films you got bundled up in here, you sure don't recognize a classic mechanic when you see one.
Well-thumbed linguistics books. TRC Science Station, the shelter. creature.
There's a fake book in the bloody bookcase, papery tied up with string, words in the middle. Do you even want to get out of here?
Yeah, but which book is it that's fake? That's just the dog playing with a toy. Oh, just a moment. She got into something else. Well, this time, if it was just one of her toys, it's just one she hardly ever plays with, so I didn't recognize it for what it was. Looking for a fake bookcase, or a fake book. If I read a title, it takes away my ability to read it again, so.
Oh my God! He's dead! Quick, if he hasn't started to smell, give him the kiss of life.
Howard, Father, somehow I knew it would end this way. Why did I come here? Turngate virus, sentience conclusions, Howard Lafresque. Since leaving the last bastion of humanity in this place behind, it has become clear that my faith was well placed. My conclusions were correct, and it is only that which has brought me this far. It has taken me some time to make my way through the infected area of the shelter, and with the observations I have made, my prior discovery seems all the more obvious and vital. The infected humans communicate with one another. Similar, if simpler, communication is observed in infected creatures of all species. At times, the infected seem to coordinate without clear line of sight, telepathy. Despite a catatonic appearance, the infected are quite capable of high-level brain functions. Their problem-solving abilities at times seem to far outstrip those of a healthy human being. When separated, the creatures lose this intelligence, indicating some form of communal or central intelligence. Conclusion: the intelligence displayed is of such a level that we can only assume the communal mind is also rational. It is this conclusion that has formed the backbone of my recent endeavors. Though the infected may wander around like mindless, for want of a better word, zombies, they are no more stupid than a worker bee. Automatons, yes, but far from stupid. In short, I believe this central intelligence might somehow be communicated with, bargained with. Communication, however, is most likely impossible once infected, unless there was a way to subdue the infection for long enough to contact the hive. There must be a way to find peace. Today I communed with the Turngate mind. I was correct. It is intelligent beyond our wildest imagination. It told me everything I needed to know. You could not imagine it. I cannot accept it. God forgive us. Howard's final words. Alright.
Oh, diddums. Daddy popped his clogs. Bull bleeding who? Get on with it, will ya?
More batteries. Anything in his pockets I can grab? No. Flare. I'm gonna save it and then I'm gonna go poke the button in that. I'm guessing it's supposed to be a safe room. I barely even thought about my father's death. I guess I wasn't expecting to find him any other way. I was determined to complete his work, find an answer to the infection, and then contact the hive. Oh, shot of the tomb, or nope. Oh, yeah, this would be the tomb. It's an old concrete pipe, probably used in the sewer. It's a large wooden board. I'm gonna have to climb up there, it looks like. See if there's anything of use down here. Quite heavy. I can move the board. It's a lever. I'm not really sure what it's for. We are about to find out. Glad that didn't kill me. It seems like slightest fall will cause a bunch of damage, and I'm used to playing first-person games where you can jump off two-story buildings and not even have a slightest injury. Learned that the hard way. That would probably hurt a lot. Really heavy, but I think I can move it. Yep.
Holy hell! I mean, good. Yeah, more monkeys for the incinerator. Shut up.
His throat is practically gone. Poor guy, looks like a nasty death. Can't reach the top plateau from here. I'm just glad that rock didn't fall on me. Yeah, no kidding.
It really is quite amazing. You monkeys and your problem solving. How do you manage it with such small, singular brains? Isn't it terribly quiet not hearing the thoughts of every one of your brothers?
The door won't open, no keyhole either. I guess it's remotely controlled. Sounds like I'm getting another incoming video chat.
You came! I guess I didn't really expect you to bother. My lab partner's such a pessimist. Was such a pessimist. It kind of rubbed off on me. He tried to make it through to me not too long ago. I guess he's a bit late for the party. You'll have to make a quick detour over the surface next, but be careful. If the cold doesn't kill you, well, let's just say I didn't pick the safest of locales for my last-ditch survival attempt. Okay, good news. Good news. Oh yeah, I think I've got a cure. Well, it's not really what you'd call a cure, but it should be enough to help you. I don't think I'm infected. I was careful, but I guess if you come rescue me and I'm looking at you like you're a roast chicken, I got it wrong. Sorry, that probably wasn't funny, was it? No, I suppose not. Well, I hope to see you soon.
Yeah. Cures, rescues, saving the world. Also cliche, also ridiculous. Do you really think you're doing the right thing? Your morality is just a lasting stain left behind by religion.
Instructions file is corrupt. Okay. Oh. A cure. I had my doubts by then, but I didn't have much choice. I resolved to find Amabel and put things right.
I'm not actually cold, you understand? I'm just trying to make you feel better. Very inefficient thing, your brain. Gives off lots of heat.
Not sure of what use this spray can be, but I'll keep it for now. Spray with flammable content. There's some dark and sticky material in the barrel. It's already flammable stuff in the barrel. Oh, really? Come on. Going to freeze to death unless I find some shelter. This is bad. I can't feel my fingers anymore. I can't keep this up much longer. Yeah. Nope. Nope. There's already flammable stuff in the barrel. Holding it at frickin' arm's length like that. That doesn't burn either. Yep, there we go.
I'm not actually cold, you understand? I'm just trying to make you feel better. Very inefficient thing, your brain. Gives off lots of heat.
Never get the lever heated enough this way. Some dark sticky material in there, yep. There's already flammable stuff in the barrel.
Now, if I were you, which arguably I am, I'd be asking myself in a gormless sort of voice, did that bridge really collapse, or is my good friend Clarence just playing an hilarious jape? The answer, monkey man, is that I don't even know myself. One way to find out. Please, don't get us killed.
There we go. Feel a lot better now, but I should probably be more careful about rushing out there again. Oh, great. Okay. I gotta build myself a bridge. I can't move that anymore. However, it does move. I don't know if I'm supposed to get back to the other side. Yeah. Losing blood, but I should be okay. I'm not completely dead yet. I'm as fit as can be expected. Oh, nice. The heat will heal me. Good. I was afraid I was going to be burning through painkillers at an accelerated rate. I'm glad I stocked some up. The first game, the final boss, quote unquote, was a environmental challenge where you had to deal with a giant worm chasing you, and you had to collapse the tunnel behind you so that it slowed it down enough for you to escape. I'm wondering if this is going to be the same idea if the final boss. Oh, that hurt. That is not going to get healed by the fire, I don't think. And like I said, you can't drop that far without getting injured. I'm thinking this might be the environmental. Oh, it does heal. Nice. Environmental puzzle might be the final boss here for this one. Gosh, that's not even close to high enough. Can I move these at all? Can I push them? I can. Very, very, very slowly. Jeez. Ryan said something about making a leap of faith. I don't trust him. Do anything with this? Might be able to push that down there. That gets me a little bit of height. I'm going to freeze to death. It fell down, kind of where I was aiming for it anyway. Yeah. just cannot move that one. I can move this one though. Not very far though. Let's get these off of it. Guess I'm with no choice but a glance where I should at least examine the gap. There must be something that can help me. Oh, I'm not ready to throw myself off that ledge just yet. Wow, I can't walk over this bar automatically. I have to like consciously get around it. That's I think that's about as far as I'm going to be able to. Nope, there we go. Come on. Oh, that's going to slide down off the edge there. Go warm up for a moment. I've got myself stuck, but whatever. There we go. It's starting to come. There we go. Can't lift it, it's too heavy. Crap. Come on, stand up, dude. At least I can heal. This would, if I couldn't heal, this would be nearly impossible, I think. Come on. Get this out of the way if I can. Maybe I can't. Whatever. Rocket over the edge, dang it, come on. Ah, shoot, almost took me with it, oh well. some. Here we go. Sure, I can. Yeah, I can. Okay. Let's see if I can do this. There we go. It's like I did this once before. Okay. Come on. Move the bloody thing. Ah, shoot. Oh well, I got something else I can use. Not quite as big, but whatever. Probably why they give you several for when you lose stuff over the edge. The hell? Dang it. Come on, grab. This is like a really long and time-consuming version of some of the puzzles I've done in the other sections of this game. You have to build a ramp. It'd be really cool as if I had that large board from downstairs. That would really help things. What? There we go. Oh, it doesn't hold. Okay. You know what? I've dropped enough stuff over the side. Let's try that jump just to see what it does. Yep, nope.
Now, if I were you, which arguably I am, I'd be asking myself in a gormless sort of voice, did that bridge really my good friend Clarence, just playing an hilarious jape. The answer, Monkey Man, is that I don't even know myself. One way to find out. Please, don't get us killed.
Gosh, this stuff gets stuck on everything. On earth am I supposed to get back to the other side? Yeah. Come on. That's such a slow fall. I wonder if I'm supposed to start with that one on the bottom and then drop stuff on top of it. Things that end up getting too whack, I just might end up doing that. Start over. Boy, this one does not move very easily. Okay. some reason this one seems like it's a bit heavier, which means maybe the physics won't throw it over the edge. There we go. That's a bit closer to what I'm going for. What the hell just happened? Oh, apparently right-clicking, which I accidentally did, throws stuff. Not what I really wanted, but whatever. Fine time to learn that in this game. Oh my gosh. No, yeah, it just spins it. Can I walk over this or do I just trip? Yeah, I can walk over it now. Just screwiness. I don't mind physics-based puzzles, but make sure your physics engine isn't buggy as hell. Because yeah, I'm just randomly rotating this now, which I'm not trying to do at all. Frick. Nope. Sigh. Pick it up. Jeez. No, what the frickin' heck? It just kind of decided it was gonna roll. Oh my gosh, that hurt me. Oh, we're just gonna restart this.
Now, if I were you, which arguably I am, I'd be asking myself in a gormless sort of voice, did that bridge really collapse, or is my good friend Clarence just playing an hilarious jape? The answer, monkey man, is that I don't even know myself. One way to find out. Please, don't get us killed.
Nope, 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 dang it. I have no way of getting that back up here, so that's a wasted one at this point. And I'm just randomly stuck on something again. I have no idea what. And I'm tripping over boards and it just... I don't know what happened there. The box just disappeared when I grabbed it. Apparently, there we go. Stuck on something in the snow. I don't know. Yep, that won't budge at the moment. It's wedged in there and I don't know what. guess that's a start. I push random direction keys and suddenly it starts moving in a direction. I don't know. I really don't. And he won't pick it up now. There we go. Whee! And that's kind of close to how I wanted to get it, but I have no idea how I even did that. Nope, it just goes vertical. And I need it horizontal. Sort of worked. Nope. Need it up. Need that end on. No, it just phases through the. Maybe I can make that jump. I don't know. If I drop another one, I'm not going to have any choice but to find out. Health it. Oh, I can make it. Good. Yeah, I think I can use these like a small flamethrower. That should loosen it.
wallpaper. He wanted to die and we wouldn't let him. You know, he's kind of humming up the place, if you know what I mean. Weird smell. Excuse me a minute. I'm gonna go give you a memory of him a good kicking.
So what was the dirty old cloth? I wonder what I'll need it for. Get these out of my way. Large pile of snow. I won't be able to remove it by hand. This might work if I could stand here for a few hours without freezing to death. Barrels with gasoline. Almost work, but I'm too close to the explosion. I need a delayed reaction. I only got one cloth, so I gotta make sure this goes up in good time. Cloth won't ignite. I need to soak it in something flammable. Oh, come on. It's flour that is explosive. Oh, yeah. What about alcohol? They're soaked in alcohol should ignite easily. If.
Okay, so, on the to-do list, find this damsel in distress, kill the bad guys, cure infection, save the world. Chances of success? Nil. Chances of survival? Well, you've got old Clarence on board. That should speak for itself. Chances of you buggering things up royally? Almost certain.
Maybe I'm not near the end. And granted, I'm probably only a few hours in. Last game took me about 9 hours to complete. Kennel, exam room, chemical laboratory. Oh, yeah, I gotta... This place is huge. South exit. Let's see. 2 is the research facility. Exam area. Wait a minute. Kennel exam room. I think I'm in the foyer here. Yeah, just came in through the south exit, so I'm right here. So the closest one right now is going to be the research facility, research room. These are all kinds of other rooms in here. Probably find lots of interesting stuff in them. Oh, nope.
You know, you turning up here is probably the second best thing to happen to me since I've been down here. I'm reserving first place for when we get out. So, I'm not big-headed enough to think you came all the way here just to rescue me. I wasn't lying, though. I think I've worked out how to disinfect you. But, you probably saw this coming. It's not quite as simple as all that. I had to engage the failsafe on the research rooms to seal myself in here, and that means we need a key card to get me out. One of the personnel, one of the infected ones, tried to get in with a card, but I don't know where it went. Look, I need you, and, well, if you do get me out, I'll give you the biggest hug of your life.
Christ! Go here, go there, fetch this, rub me a bath. Typical broad, atypical circumstances. You think fate has anything to do with this? Fate is merely the war cry of those too scared to think for themselves.
Need to find the key card so I can enter a research room where Amabel is. Okay. I have a feeling that she's not gonna make it. Exam area, chemical research, and the kennel. Let's go see what the kennel holds. It's the next closest one. I'd say it's definitely a dead end. I have to go all the way around. And that's definitely no construction if there's signs here saying you can go that way. That's not a room because there's no door on it. So that's just blank space or a support column. And plenty of maps everywhere. All right. Or at least there's usually maps everywhere. Trail of blood leading off. Lovely. This place is huge. Double check that map again. think that was the one that was just a, like I said, support column or something. Well, no, because I just went around this, I thought. So I didn't go quite far enough to get to the kennel. B456. Let's try that again. So I think that was it. Right, another map. Yeah. This, I think, was a... So, kennel is going to be like straight back this way, I guess. That's where I was trying to get to originally.
The archaic would never ask that employees work longer than the recommended 8-hour shift, but understands that enthusiasm for their work and dedication to the team may often motivate them to do so. Thank you for not letting us down. I think this is just meant as a spot to hide. Oh no.
Dark, isn't it? Echo! 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 Kinda empty. Now this is what it's like to be me, buried deep within the cavernous expanse you call a mind. You see, this is what puts me in such a bad mood. We spend all this time messing about with door codes, levers, human appendages, and it turns out at the blink of an eye, I can just block it all out. Whoosh! Gone. Just you and me on some kind of messed up holiday. You think I can conjure up some margaritas? No? Shall we get the hell out of here then? Well, it's hardly better, but it is more interesting. Just.
What happened in here? Oh. That was dog barking. Almost seems like an animal did this, but there's no claw marks. Yeah, it's more of those damned worms. What is that smell? Circuits and other electrical components. Oh, safe room-ish. Efficiency assessment as sanctioned by Elof Carpenter, elevated. Subject Wilbur Frisk, Chief Overseer, Shelter Research Station, Greenland. Report filed by Garrett Quinn, February 20th, 2000. My assessment of Frisk begins today. I've taken up station as his personal assistant, and my report will run for 6 months. Since taking over control of the facility, from Bryn Stafferson in 1980, Frisk has turned out precious few results, and I intend to discover why. So he's been in charge for like 20 years. March 5th, 2000. Having observed Frisk for 2 weeks, it seems my earlier assumptions may have been quite incorrect. He displays passion, efficiency, and above all commitment to the cause. These qualities are aptly demonstrated by his recent discovery as what is being called the Turngate tomb at the primary excavation. He has, of course, called for full-scale investigation. April 28, 2000. A small-scale epidemic has resulted from the opening of the tomb. This will be a perfect opportunity to fully observe Frisk's ability to deal with high-pressure scenarios. May 24, 2000. The epidemic has developed beyond all control. There have been many casualties, and it is hard not to highlight Wilbur as the primary cause. June 13, 2000. Frisk has lost all control. While a number of survivors have fled and others have holed themselves up in the mess hall, Frisk has chosen to lock himself away in the kennels with the remaining dogs for quote-unquote protection. I have had no choice but to follow him here in order to complete my report. September of some point. I've lost sense of time, but Frisk seems to almost be enjoying himself. He's become very close to the canines. Every day he leaves the compound to forage for food in the main base, which he then feeds to the animals, despite a number of them being infected. October. Frisk has developed some strange symptoms. He's becoming sensitive to light. The slightest light scares him away. He's also displaying almost animalistic tendencies. He's been digging out some of the walls and hiding behind them. Further, I suspect he may be sneaking out of the facility at night, possibly even to the mines. Some of the dogs have turned up dead. Entry 8. I've been observing Frisk for some time now, and I believe I can conclude my report. Frisk displays outstanding efficiency, though I am now forced to call his judgment into doubt. Despite plenty of rations remaining, I believe he may have begun eating the canines. Entry 9. When I woke up this morning, there was a corpse lying on the floor beside me. I broke out the flashlight, fearful Frisk may have been savaged or taken his own life. As I did so, I could not help but see, at the corner of my vision, Frisk fleeing back into the shadows. The dead man was Dr. Roberts, a scientist I was sure had escaped into the mines at the first signs of the epidemic. He had bite marks in his side and looked to have been dragged some way. In addition, his tongue was missing. I will continue to observe Frisk while taking additional security precautions. Bloody dog prints. Lovely. Can't fit through that one. Label says the crate contains dog food. Presume this is where the dogs slept. It's pretty filthy. Food and smell of wet dog is pretty obvious what it was used for. Thanks.
Whoa! lot must be programmed to just search out danger and throw yourselves head first at it. I'm starting to become seriously desensitized here.
Okay, can't move a crate through that way. Am I seriously stuck on a body? Jeez. It's making those noises. Sounds like something's crawling inside the walls. I don't think it would be wise to go in there yet. Jotted down a note just in case. I think I'm going to do is go back here. What a shot. I don't think I even used this, did I? These things, they're taking me. They're taking me. They need me. They're beckoning me in. Alright. So don't go explore the kennels a little bit further yet. Like I said, he didn't think it'd be smart to go any further. It's not smart to be wandering around here at all, but I haven't got a choice. It's good to know that they don't like light. Exam room and chemical. I just heard a voice. That was not good. Oh, how long have I been going? About 2 hours. I actually think for right now I'm going to call the session. It should reload me back up in the save room with that little thing that said it's taking me. do want to say thanks for everybody that dropped in, and I will continue this. We're probably going to be on Monday. So today is a Thursday. It's New Year's Day. So again, thanks for dropping in. Hope you enjoyed it. Hopefully the fighting with the environmental jump puzzle and the ledge wasn't too boring. And I'll see you all again next time.